What's going on, Genius Nation? Welcome to a brand new day. As always, super excited that you're here for the Daily Genius. I am Dr. Will, and so excited that you guys are on this journey. This is episode number 48. So, wherever you are joining in from around the world, I hope that your day has started off amazing. For those of you that are watching us outside of our private Facebook group here inside of Genius Nation, you're watching us on YouTube, we invite you to become a part of Genius Nation. It's over 1,000 entrepreneurs, career professionals that are dedicated to becoming the best versions of themselves. Inside the group, inside the group, we want to provide you with motivation, inspiration, strategies, and tools to help you become the best version of yourself. So, good morning to you. Super excited that you're here with us. What's going on, Dennis? Good to have you with us. So, today, I want to talk to you and share with you how to build a brand and just give you 3 ideas around building a brand. And whether you know it or not, you're already building your brand. So I want to just share with you 3 ways to be intentional about building the brand that you want to present to the world. So let's look at it. Number 1, first thing you want to do is you want to identify what are your values. What are your values? Whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, or a career professional, what are your values? What do you stand for? What do you stand for? What do you stand on business about? Those are your values. Now, you have to come up with your own values, right? You can admire other people's values. And if you want to adopt their values as your values, then you have to make it personal, but really adopt them, really take possession of those values. If you see someone else that you're in alignment with and you say, you know what, I like what they stand for, I want to stand for that as well, that's fine. And then those become your values. So whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, career professional, you should have a set of values that you live by, that you're not going to compromise. This is what I stand for. This is what I believe. This is what I champion. And don't waver on that. If you want to build a strong brand, don't waver on your values. What do people, when they think about you, what do they see? What comes to mind? You know, if you're a career professional and people say, you know what, Will is always late, he's not dependable. That's your brand. That's your brand, right? When people are saying that's your brand. Yeah, he's always late. No, we're not going to give him that assignment because he's not going to come through. That's your brand. So if you want your brand to be, you know what, Will goes over and aboard. He's always on time. He always delivers. He always delivers. Then that takes us into number 2. You got to execute. You got to execute. You got to execute. You got to deliver. You got to deliver on the goods. If you're in business, entrepreneur, career professional, you got to deliver. You got to deliver on the goods. And so if people place their trust in you, then you got to deliver. That's a part of your brand. I remember years ago, I want to say it was Pizza Hut. And I think their thing was if they didn't deliver within a certain amount of time, your pizza was free. That was a part of their brand promise to execute that, right? I think it was like 25 minutes or less or your pizza is free. They had to execute on that. That's how they built their brand, dependable. You can count on us. FedEx, right? When it absolutely has to get there, FedEx. You can depend on us. We're going to execute. When your package has to absolutely be there, we're going to be there for you, right? Amazon, building their brand on fast delivery, same day, next day. They're executing on their brand promise. So think about you. Do you deliver on your brand promise? Whatever it is, do you deliver on it? The better you are at delivering, the better your brand is going to be. You know, as a professional speaker, when I show up for an event, I want them to always say, Dr. Will over-delivered. He brought his A game. He gave us more than what we bargained for. You should always make them feel as though that they got over what they bargained for, that they got over what they invested. That's your brand. That's your brand promise. And then number 3, consistency. Consistency builds brand. When people can repeatedly count on you, it builds your brand. And so when you're thinking about wanting to go to the next level in your brand, I want you to think about these 3 things. Think about these 3 things. What are my values? And are those values showing up in my brand? Are those values showing up in my brand? And then number 2, execute. How do I execute? And number 3, am I consistent? Am I consistent? Am I like clockwork? Am I like the first of the month? You don't see me coming, but you know I'm there, right? You don't see me coming, but you know I'm there. Am I consistent? And so I want you to think about, as you go about building your brand. Once again, this works all across the board, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a business owner, or whether you're a career professional. Building your brand is imperative. And so, as the new terminology is now, standing on business, stand on your brand. Stand on your brand. Make your brand mean something. When someone says your name, says your company name, make it mean something. Make it mean something, right? And make it mean something good, because that's your brand. All right, I hope that helped you out, gave you something to think about today. Go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll see you right back here inside the nation tomorrow morning.